Hello, good morning, and welcome back or welcome to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Lan or Allana, and today is our Hot Girl Summer Essentials episode. Just continuing off of our Hot Girl Summer reset episode. You guys know I love a good series on the pod, and it seems that you guys love it too. So I decided we would go into it. We're going to talk about our energy essentials, what keeps the energy, the mood high, our emotional essentials, style and aesthetic essentials, social life essentials, digital and mindset detox, and a few affirmations, some big sis homework for you guys, or your big sis challenge. And yeah, so I'm excited for this episode. To be honest with you guys, I've been in a bit of a rut with the podcast lately. I haven't felt super drawn to talk about anything. There are a few topics that I do have front of mind to discuss. I just don't know if I'm in the headspace yet to discuss it. I would love to know what you would love to hear on the podcast. Like, what do you love to hear me give advice on? My input, my wisdom that I have on the pod. I've just been in a bit of a rut, and I kind of hate that. I love my podcast, and it's always been one of my favorite platforms because I love how personal it feels. It feels like I'm on FaceTime with you guys. I feel like we're having a heart to heart. It feels a bit more emotionally vulnerable and just vulnerable overall than any other platform and how I use those. But to be honest, I have been in a bit of a rut, and maybe you guys can tell. I don't know. I'm just like feeling kind of lost as to what I want to really talk about on the podcast and the direction that I want to take it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, transparently. But I still love you guys. I still love recording. It definitely is just, I don't feel as super driven with it right now. Sorry, my dad is texting me. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't been listening to a lot of self-improvement stuff. Not really sure. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a little reset of a mind map as like what I want the pod to be known for, what I want you to come to the pod for, and all of that. If I'm always open to your advice or what you guys like hearing. So my DMs are always open, but that's kind of where I am. But anyhow, welcome back. Welcome to Morning Ray. Welcome to our Hot Girls Summer Essentials episode. I really, like I said in last week's episode, I want to redefine what your version of hot girl summer means. It really isn't about being hot for anyone else or for the male gaze or whatever that is for you. It's more about feeling aligned with yourself, energized and free, and just like the most confident, healthiest, hottest version of you, whatever that means to you. Like doing these things solely and truly for you. So we're going to get into it. Let's start with our energy essentials. These are the things that are keeping the vibes high, for lack of better terminology here, but I'm all about SPF this summer and staying hydrated. I think it's so important. I think sun safety is important. I think it's important to be in the sun to a degree, but I also think it's important to practice safe sun care. So finding SPF, and I spoke about this in last week's episode, but just like finding an SPF, a sunscreen that you really like and enjoy using and want to use. I've been using the Tatcha Silk Screen on my face for years now. I also love the La Roche-Posay one. I've tried a million ones. I definitely do love the feel of the mineral sunscreen on my face. It feels a little thinner. I feel like it lays under my makeup better. And I just love the look and feel of a physical sunscreen on my face. But on my body, I love my Hawaiian Tropic, any of the hydration ones. I do prefer a cream sunscreen over a aerosol one now, transparently. I do still love the Neutrogena. It's like the dry mist or whatever. I do like that one, but I have been preferring a cream. I feel like I just waste a lot less product, and I can apply it a bit more specifically and intentionally. In terms of hydration, you guys know I love my Liquid IV. I'm so stocked up on my Liquid IV electrolytes. My Liquid IV electrolytes, they are a sponsor of the pod, but I've been a long time customer. I love them. I also love Element and just drinking water in general. I've been I hopped on, you guys. I feel criminal hopping on to the Awala bandwagon, although I did drop this when I was walking home from boxing this morning and I scratched it and now it's kind of a bit ugly. Like the lid is all scratched here, which is really sad. But oh my God, I love this water bottle. I love that it has a little handle. I love that you can sip it like a straw or just like drink from it. Normally, I got gifted it at an event and truly love it, except I guess I kind of destroyed it this morning, but she still works. I have the 710 milliliter one. I don't like massive water bottles anymore, but she's been helping me stay hydrated, drinking water, electrolytes to help if you've done a hot workout or were running outside or walking outside or it was a super hot day or maybe you were lying by the pool or at the beach. Super, super important, especially with the higher temperatures right now. It's important to stay hydrated and to keep up with your sunscreen. I love a good go-to iced coffee order. I love a good iced vanilla latte. You guys know I have the Monin vanilla syrup for at home. I love doing that. You guys know I always show myself making my coffee. But I love a good iced vanilla latte. My go-to Starbucks order lately is an iced shaken espresso with the brown sugar cold foam and 1 pump of vanilla, no classic syrup. It's actually really good. I've been back on my Starbucks kick, especially for my early morning classes that I teach at Carrie's because nothing else is open. Love a good cocktail. Actually, just had a Hugo Spritz on the patio here at Cherry's in Toronto, which is definitely one of my favorite bars here in Toronto in the King West area. But I love a good Hugo or Aperol Spritz. I love a good espresso martini. I love a skinny marg. It's a margarita, no sugar, and I love a tequila soda. So love a good cocktail order. I'm all about balance here. I will literally do anything but cut out alcohol in my Uber Eats. But I love a good cocktail on a patio on a Sunday afternoon. Truly nothing feels better. Or like a happy hour on Friday. Met up with a few friends, sat on the patio at Ruby Soho. It was so much fun. I always love a good spritz and patio moment. I love a good dopamine dressing. Me and all my trendy words today. But I love wearing things that truly just make me feel hot and confident. Like when you wear things that you feel comfortable in, like you feel confident and comfortable in your body, you're not questioning or thinking about like, how does this look? How's this fitting? Constantly pulling down your shorts or your skirt or pulling up your top or down your top, whatever it is. When you can just feel super confident and hot in what you're wearing, you will show up as that person. And I love a good jort. I know a lot of people hate jorts, like the longer baggy jean shorts. I love them because I don't have to worry about my ass popping out of them. I don't have to worry about feeling uncomfortable or pulling them down every 2 seconds. They're just comfortable. I don't have to think about it. And I love wearing it with either a tank. I'm wearing this like halter tank right now from Aritzia, which I really love. It kind of looks like the Tank Air one, if you know about Tank Air, or a cute little baby tee. I love the Elwood baby tees. But I love a good jort or a tank. I love my vintage Levi's that I got at some random, I think it was Lucky Charms here in Toronto. I don't think it exists anymore. I think it closed, but just a good vintage Levi jean short or the mom TRF jean short from Zara is really good. But love a good jort and a tank or baby tee or even a tube top. I love the contour tube tops from Aritzia. Love a good matching short and sports bra or tank set, specifically from Lululemon, the Align 4-inch or 6-inch shorts with a Flow Y or Wonder Train strappy bra, and then the Wondermost. I feel like I've spoken about this on every episode the past few episodes, but really, really love it. I just feel so confident. Or even the crop shop boutique, like the CSB sports bras are so cute, but love an Align short. Love a baggy jean, little top, love a mini dress, love little mules for going out. Also love obnoxiously high platform heels from Steve Madden. Those are my shit. But love a good mini dress. I love dresses from Zara, from Frankie's. You guys all love that halter denim dress I wore for Keith Urban. It was from Frankie's. I borrowed it from my friend Alex. It's so good. I wish I could keep it. Literally the most adorable dress ever. But I love a little mini dress with cowboy boots or sneakers. Love a good mini skirt and top set. I love mine from Artless Forever. And honestly, you guys, I think I've spoken about this before, but I love a good matching bra and underwear. I don't care if no one else but me is seeing it. It literally is the biggest like confidence boosting feminine feeling thing ever. I just ordered more bras and underwear from Intimacy. They actually don't ship to Canada, so I shipped it to my friend Maddie, who's going to bring it to me when she comes back home. She's in California, but there is no better feeling than like a really sexy but comfortable lace bra. Like I love the Balconette bras with like a matching underwear. It just you feel so put together, you feel so sexy, you feel feminine. And I will literally wear this under sweats. I will wear it under sweats. I'll wear it even if I'm just at home. It just makes me feel like that girl. Like there's no other word for it. I just feel so good about it. Like I don't care what else I'm wearing on top. It doesn't matter if like no guy is seeing it. It literally is just for me. It is the biggest confidence booster. I love wearing it when I'm getting ready, even with just like sweats on top, like I said. But truly no better feeling. And if you are in need of a little restock of your underwear, of your bras, check out Intimacy, check out Skims. Honestly, I was looking at Victoria's Secret too. They have really cute things on there, but I love Skims a lot. I love Intimacy. So good. Honestly, my favorite bra right now is one of my Intimacy Balconette unlined bras that I got in London. I got it in London. It was after I had broken up on the phone with the guy I was seeing. I was like, I want something just for me that he hasn't seen. I want something new. I want something that makes me feel good, that makes me feel confident, sexy, and hot. And I went into the store. I bought that. I bought two of the cashmere boat neck long sleeves. If you know, you know. And truly, it is probably my most worn bra ever. I used to always wear the t-shirt bra from Skims, which I do still really love. But the ones I have are too big on me now. They don't fit my boobs anymore. But and I'm so sorry if there's boys on here, you probably tapped out already, or maybe I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. But the Intimacy bras, Balconette, lace, unlined, don't hate it till you try it. Literally life changer. Life changer. And lastly, for our energy essentials, movement that feels good. Right now, for me, as you guys know, Pilates, reformer mostly, some mat. Love a good run club. Love a good hot girl walk. I love an incline walk on the treadmill, but honestly, just been walking a lot outside. Now that it's hot out, I walk home from work a lot. It's a nice like 4K walk. I'll go like Jordan and I went boxing this morning and then walked home. We walked home from Yorkville the other day, just like walking everywhere and anywhere. And on that note, also love boxing. It was my first time doing a one-on-one in a really long time because my trainer, Adam, has been in Thailand and Asia traveling for the past few months. So I haven't been able to train with him. But I went to United Boxing here in Toronto for the first time. It's at Bloor and Dovercourt-ish area. And I really loved it. I loved the one-on-one. I trained with Cindy. I took Jordan with me. And I forgot. I swear I always say this when I box again. I always forget how much I love boxing and how powerful I feel when I box. And I know I'm not like the best, like my form isn't perfect, but the sound of the glove hitting the boxing pad that the trainer holds is so satisfying and I feel so powerful, but I also know my lats are going to be so sore tomorrow because they always are. On to our emotional essentials. Setting that main character energy, if you will. You guys know I'm the queen. I'm giving myself my crown here. I'm giving myself this title. I'm the queen of romanticizing literally everything. And I'm not saying I'm looking through life with rose-colored glasses. That's not what I'm saying. But I make myself excited about the smallest things. And I feel like now this has just become second nature to me. Like, I really love my morning routine. I love my morning coffee. I love the ritual of getting ready and doing my makeup and my hair. I love taking a shower where I'm using my favorite body wash, my favorite cleanser. Like, I'm taking time to take care of myself. Things like that. I love cleaning my space. I think a clear space is a clear mind. Guys, yesterday, I'm going off on so many tangents today. I'm a little chatty. I did have a Hugo Spritz before this, but I don't feel tipsy anymore, but you never know. Anyways, yesterday, you guys, I had been avoiding picking up boxes from my front desk of stuff that I had gotten sent, things that I bought, because I have had so many things, so much PR, so many things I bought, just things laying around in my apartment that has overwhelmed. And I was like, you know what? I need to go through all of my cabinets, especially in my kitchen. I need to go through all my supplements. I need to go through all my snacks. There's things in here that have definitely passed their expiration date. And I cleared out 3 garbage bags full of shit, full of supplements that I had been sent or had bought that I hadn't touched or half used and were expired and were just sitting there. I went through 4 cabinets and cleared out 3 garbage bags worth of stuff. I had supplements and powders and things in mason jars from when I moved out 4 years ago, and I think I had replaced them a few times, but I honestly didn't and couldn't remember when I had last refilled some of them, except for my chocolate chips. Duh. And I was like, there's no way. There's literally no way that these things are still okay. Like, there's absolutely no way. So I went ahead and I cleared everything out, got rid of everything that was expired. I reorganized my protein powders, all my supplements, my liquid IVs, all organized nice, all my Lemmy supplements, like everything is organized so nice. And I feel so much lighter. I played country music. I just went to town and cleared everything out. Now, this probably would have been a really satisfying video had I filmed it, but I just know that I would have procrastinated it if I wanted to film it. That is my friend Kaylee's cup of tea. She loves to do like the organization videos and stuff sometimes. And same with Trin. But I feel so good. The cabinet that's underneath my kitchen island is literally empty. Like, if someone were to go into that and be like, Allana, you have no food. It's mostly just like baking supplies and protein powders. But honestly, I rather not have stuff in my home that I'm not actively using. I went through my PR closet. I put together a bag for my neighbor. I left that outside for her as like, I've put together a whole bunch of things that I get sent for work. Feel free to take it all for yourself, share it with friends, whatever it is. There's a bunch of different like skincare, hair care, just because I had like so much stuff again that it was overflowing and it was just making me feel so claustrophobic. You have no idea, but I feel so much better having gone through everything. I feel like there's even more stuff that I could probably get rid of and donate or give to friends or whatever it is. But yeah, back onto it, romanticizing everything, whether it's your morning routine, whether it's going your commute to work, whether it's your workout routine, maybe it's cooking dinner for yourself. Like, really learn to like find the silver lining and romanticize everything. I promise it makes your life so much more joyful and so much more enjoyable. Learning how to set boundaries and learning how to say no with grace and yes to what excites you, not feeling this need to justify why you're saying no or yes, just doing so with confidence and keeping those boundaries. Like, I think for me, and obviously this is something I'm still working on, but when I first started to learn how to set boundaries, I found it really hard to withhold or not withhold, to hold the boundaries. Like, I would set a boundary, but then I'd let people still walk over. Like, I learned how to communicate the boundary, but I wasn't great at holding myself and those involved responsible to respect that boundary. And now I feel like I've gotten a lot better at doing that. I'm definitely not perfect, but I will say, as an avid people pleaser, it feels good to be able to stand up for myself and to set boundaries and to be able to communicate, even though it does take a little bit of working myself up in order to be able to say it and communicate it in the way that I want to and to articulate it in the way that I feel it needs to be articulated. I'm slowly but surely getting there. And I think as time goes on, this will get a lot easier or more easy for me. I think this is something that will always be challenging, especially for someone whose hardwiring is to be a people pleaser and also like doesn't want to deal with like that abandonment wound in a way. Um, but just like learning how to just like say no to things that you don't want to do without feeling this need to justify, and learning how to set a boundary and telling people what you need and sharing that with them and learning how to do that is really important. And I think that's super important, especially in the summer season when I feel like life moves so much faster. There's so much more going on socially, which can then impact your emotions, and it might lead you needing to set more boundaries. I think also, and I spoke about this briefly on last week's episode, but releasing this need to compare and this need to compare to people that are posting on Instagram and social media that they're traveling or they're at their cottages or they're doing all these things this summer. Like, there's no need to put yourself down or think that you are less than because you're not doing the exact same things as other people. Like, I even caught myself earlier. Like, I saw a few friends of mine going to Electric Island here in Toronto, which is an EDM house festival that happens the last weekend of every month, I think, in the summer. There's like 4 different ones. And I was like, oh, I should be doing that. Or I should be on a patio right now. I shouldn't be at home 7 p.m. on a Sunday on a long weekend. I should be doing something social. But there's a time and place for everything. And I've been super social all day and I was literally just out on a patio. So it's okay that I'm home. But it's really easy to just like compare yourself to other people. Or like seen friends at cottages this week and I'm like, oh, I wish I was at a cottage. But like, I'm sure there's someone that also just wishes they could be in the studio and go to patios and stuff. So like, the grass is always greener on the other side. To just learn to be grateful for what it is that you are experiencing and that you get to experience, and that you'll get to experience those things as well when the time is right. And them experiencing it doesn't take away from your ability to experience whatever it is that you are experiencing. I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but really trying not to compare yourself or put yourself down based on other people's experiences. I think the last thing in terms of like emotional, is it the last thing? Yeah. Emotional essentials is, I know in summer a lot of things come up. I always encourage you guys to be spontaneous, to say yes to more things, to be open minded. But I do think having a stable and solid morning routine and wind down routine is super important, but obviously still be super flexible and agile with it, like knowing when to give and take kind of thing. You have your little non-negotiables. I've spoken about this before. You can have like your more extensive morning and night routines, and then you can have like your non-negotiables, like the things that you want to do no matter where you are, what you're doing, who you're with kind of thing. But I think having a solid morning routine, especially, and then a night routine as well, really just helps set the tone for your day. I think by having a morning routine, it helps give you stability in your life. It grounds you. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. It puts you in a good headspace, physically, emotionally. Um, I truly have always felt better overall when I'm consistent with doing my morning routine. When I'm slacking with it, when I get lazy, when I'm not really doing it consistently, if there's like quite a few days in a row where I'm not really actually doing it, I notice the mental decline. I notice my mind starts to wander more, it starts to spiral more. I start to ruminate a lot. But by having a consistent and solid morning routine, and night routine as well, because I know Chelsea Jade spoke about this a little bit on What We Said podcast, almost get like the night scaries. Like, I feel like if I spend too much time alone at night, sometimes I can really ruminate in my head. But if I really focus on doing my nighttime routine, like taking time to cook myself dinner and then clean up the kitchen afterwards and kind of make cooking dinner a ritual, and sitting down with myself and really enjoying that meal and that time to just like sit and chill and be present, really helps. And taking time to shower, get ready for bed, create an ambiance in my apartment that feels really good and really safe and calming for me, and choosing to actively read before bed as opposed to mindlessly scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is. I always just feel mentally so much better. Or even going on a little walk after dinner now that it's warmer out and the sun sets later, maybe meeting up with a friend nearby to go on that walk. I think all these little things, these little non-negotiables, and these things that you kind of do to set yourself up for success really work when you are consistent with them, even if it's in the summer. Even if you do it a little bit later one night, you don't do everything in that routine, just finding ways to be as consistent as possible. And that doesn't mean consistency doesn't mean doing things perfectly every single day all the time. It just means showing up more times than you aren't. Style and aesthetic essentials. My summer uniform. I love a good tube top. I love a halter top. I love a corset. I love things that are sleeveless because I am definitely a sweaty girl, although my Dove deodorant is something that literally saves me. I love Dove deodorant. I love a good baggy jean, denim shorts, mini dresses, athletic sets. I feel like I kind of spoke about this a bit earlier on the podcast, but I love having a good summer uniform, a wardrobe filled with a lot of good staples. I love staple items. I definitely go for the more basic items that I can dress up, dress down, and are more timeless as opposed to super trendy items. I know definitely with a summer wardrobe, it's really easy to get caught up in the super trendy fast fashion items, but I don't know, I feel like there's something like so classy and elevated about having like timeless essentials, like a really good boat neck tank top or a halter top or a really good fitting cami, like stuff like that. And you just feel more confident. I mean, maybe that's just me. Let me know if you feel the same way. I love a go-to scent. YSL Libre is mine. I've spoken about this time and time again. It is my signature scent. I know my friends associate that scent with me. I love it. It just smells so good. I get so many compliments on it, and it truly is timeless. In the summer, I'm definitely someone that is less is more with makeup. I definitely prioritize my skincare over my makeup. You guys know I am a big road stan, a big road girly. I swear to God, I mean, I will admit, I do have pretty good skin genetically to begin with, but I do think that my road skincare and getting regular facials at Caudalie and using my Caudalie skincare as well has literally changed the way that my skin looks and how it looks under my makeup as well. I love the Road cleanser. I use the glazing milk. I use my Caudalie Vino Perfect serum. That is my ride or die. I also love a good like hydrating serum as well sometimes. I like the Road glazing fluid. I like the Dermalogica stabilizing repair barrier serum. There's also one from SkinCeuticals that I really like. That's kind of like a hyaluronic acid, like something that's a bit thicker and creamier for a serum I love. And then the Caudalie Vino Perfect Eye Cream because it's brightening underneath. And then the Rhode Barrier Butter Balm lotion situation. I used one bottle of it and then I switched back to some of my other previously favorite moisturizers, and they just did not hit the same way. It did not make my skin look and feel like butter and glass. And I am almost done my second bottle of the berry butter. I just ordered more of all my skincare. I actually just ordered the Rhode Glazing Mist. So I'll let you know if I think that's worth the hype. And then the Tatcha SPF in the silk, it's called Silk Screen, is really good for during the day. But skincare over makeup, I also use the Dermalogica Milk Foliant, or you can use the Daily Exfoliant. I use that once a week. The Rhode cleanser has a chemical exfoliant in it, but I was told by every single person who has done my facials to use a physical exfoliant once a week. So I really like the Milk Foliant from Dermalogica. It's a bit more gentler. It's good for sensitive skin. If you like the daily exfoliant, but you find it a bit too harsh for your skin, try the Milk Foliant. It honestly smells like oats because it's made with oats, but you just put the powder in your hands. I put the powder in one dry hand and then I wet my right hand and rub it together until it creates a little foam lather and put that all over my face. And I feel like my skin has looked so good. And then obviously trying to get facials, actually should probably book one in because it's been over a month now, but trying to get a facial at least once a month has truly been a game changer for me. I know facials can be expensive, but if you have the means to invest in finding a really good facialist for you, I highly recommend being consistent, whether it's bi-monthly, maybe it's once a quarter, just trying to be consistent in that because I truly have seen such a difference when I'm consistent with doing my facials, and especially being consistent also with getting my brows threaded. I got my brows threaded, not waxed. I go to G Beauty here in Toronto. I see Valeria. I'm actually seeing her next week. My brows are a little bit crazy, but I love a thread over a wax. I just feel like it shapes so much better. I get my brows trimmed a little bit. I try to keep them really full. I don't like them too angular. I don't like when the tails are thin. I like them to be pretty even across the board. I think brows can change the entire shape of your face. They really do for frame your face. And I know I have quite a few girlfriends that have never gotten their brows done. They just pluck them or they've never touched them. But I swear to God, getting your brows done has been it's literally like the biggest confidence booster. I love when my brows are done. I wish I could style or like fill whatever my brows the way my girl does them because they always look so, so, so good the day of. But I love getting my brows done regularly and getting a good gloss. I'm getting my hair dyed again on Thursday because the grays are back. My hair is also a really weird color right now because the brunette semi-permanent color has faded and the red is still in my hair from when I was cherry cola red. And so now I feel like my hair is like this weird in between, like almost like auburn color. Like when I'm in the sun, my hair is kind of red, but it's not like super consistent throughout my hair. I don't know. I need Nicole to fix my hair. So yeah, on to our social life essentials. I love a good weekly barbecue. I love having different recipes on rotation for myself, whether I'm making it for myself, whether I'm hosting friends, maybe someone I'm seeing, whatever it is. Love hosting and cooking. Love a good steak. You guys know Monday nights are my steak night. Love a good burger. Love kebabs in the summer. Just love a good barbecue, good grill moment. I love a good pasta salad or refreshing salad in the summer. I love tacos. I actually want to try because I've been ordering Gus tacos so much and I'm trying not to order food as much. You guys know. So I want to figure out a recipe to make tacos like the Gus ones at home because if I can nail that, then that would be great. Um, I love a good beach day, a picnic, a pool day, whatever it is, whether it's a solo date or with friends, whatever it is, it's always so nice in the summer. I love being super intentional now about who I'm spending my time with. I'm only spending time with people that make me feel really good. I feel energized when I'm with them. I feel energized when I'm leaving. No time for hanging out with people that just drain your energy and make you feel shitty and down about yourself. I don't have time for that in my life in 2025 anymore. And that's on setting boundaries and being aware of how you're feeling and I guess emotional maturity, if you will. I love creating core memories. I love just being in the moment. And honestly, this is kind of like a double-edged sword. I love being in the moment and not being on my phone and not taking pictures and videos of everything, but then I also love having those keepsakes. Keepsakes. I love my Polaroid camera. I have like an Instax Polaroid and I love all my Polaroids and they live on my dresser and I definitely want to be bringing like my digital camera around a bit more this summer and getting more pictures, but I love just capturing content for fun, not for pressure. Sometimes I'll just prop my phone up and capture a video or snap pictures of my friends. It's always so nice. Like on Friday, I grabbed drinks with a few high school friends and one of the girls had her digital camera and we took some pictures and now we have those memories, which is so nice. Solo dates, as you guys know, I love a good solo date, treating yourself, going for weekly flowers, whether you're going to go sit in a park and read a book, maybe journal, maybe take yourself out for dinner, maybe on a little solo hot girl walk, whatever it is. I love a good solo date and I love concerts. I swear I go to the most live music in the summer. I love outdoor concerts at Budweiser here in Toronto. I also love a good festival. Osheaga is so much fun in Montreal. Um, but love a good outdoor concert. I love a good country concert. Who would have thought I'd be saying that? But let's get into the last little section we have here. It's our digital and mindset detox. And I think it's important to really kind of limit the doom scrolling on TikTok, especially on Instagram, unfollowing accounts that drain you. I find the more time I spend on social media and it's like this mindlessness of it, like I'm not intentionally on it, I'm just like mindlessly scrolling. And sometimes I don't even know why. And I catch myself and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? It makes me feel like shit. And it's not even that I'm comparing myself to people. I don't know. It just puts me in such a gray, negative headspace. And I'll put my phone down. I'll pick my Kindle up. I'll read a book. I'll go on a walk. I'll do something else. I always find that when my hands aren't busy and scrolling does not count as making my hands busy. Sorry, it does not count. I ruminate so much. And I don't know. I think this is a thing that like super anxious girls do or guys, whatever you identify as, but I ruminate a lot when my hands aren't busy and when I'm still for too long or when I'm alone for too long. And so learning how to be aware of that and knowing what to do in those circumstances, I think is super important. And doing a digital detox is definitely a part of that. When I find my mindset, my headspace starts to go down and I feel gray and I feel really negative and I start to spiral and start to think about things negatively and go on like this anxious spiral of thinking like the worst outcomes and just all these intrusive thoughts keep coming up. It's it doesn't feel good. And so I love to do a little vibe reset, whether it's taking a moment, putting my favorite songs on, or maybe it's podcast because I don't want to have my own thoughts in my head in that moment. And I do need to have like kind of a band-aid solution with that, but putting a podcast on or and like nothing self-help in that moment because I feel like that just I'm already in an emotional heightened state. So putting something on a bit more entertaining like what we said or the three-way pod or Peyton Sardin on really helps in that instance and like going and cleaning my apartment, whether it's putting away the clutter or wiping down my counters, sweeping the floors, vacuuming. Maybe it's doing laundry or whatever it is, or maybe I go on a walk. Maybe I text a friend to meet me on a walk. Maybe I take myself to the park, bring a coffee, maybe get a pastry, bring my journal. Journaling has been something I've been leaning into a bit more lately. Again, I wasn't really journaling for a while, but I find it has ironically been a really good outlet. It's funny, you start doing things a lot and you're super consistent with them and it's something you rely on a lot and then you grow and evolve and you don't really need it as much anymore. And I feel like now I'm kind of coming back to journaling. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I used to journal literally every single morning. I would do the 5-minute journal. I would do my own journal prompts. I used to release journal prompts and I actually do have a few affirmations for you guys to practice because I've really been liking doing that for you guys and it's also for me in a way. But journaling and just doing like a mind dump, even like no prompts, just like letting myself rant on paper and get whatever thoughts are in my head out feels a lot better than letting them just like endlessly spiral in your head. I find when you do a mind dump, the thoughts slow down and you can actually complete the thought as opposed to it being a never ending spiral and loop and like one thought interjecting the other. When you're putting pen to paper, you can almost visualize the thought leaving your head and entering the page and like you just letting it go kind of thing. I actually heard Chelsea talk about this when she was discussing ruminating thoughts and intrusive thoughts and like the spiral and Chelsea talked about it and so did JC on the What We Said podcast. It was their episode last week and they were saying like finishing the thought is really helpful because often like when you are having like intrusive thoughts, like you just have a bunch of thoughts interject one another. But if you try to complete the thought, it helps you realize that it's not as scary or it's not as impactful. Especially if it's something around like health anxiety or relationships. Maybe you have an anxious attachment, which is something I definitely have and we're working on. And I am leaning to be a bit more secure now, which feels really nice. But just like asking yourself, like, so what? So what if that happens? Okay, and then what? And then what I will do and finishing the complete thought and like knowing that no matter what the outcome is, you will actually be okay. You will be fine. You will deal with it when it happens. So what? What's the point of thinking about all these different negative outcomes when that is not in your control? It's not in front of you right now. So why are we worrying about it kind of thing? But journaling really helps. Reading Brianna Weiss really helps. The Mountain Is You really helped me. I've honestly have kind of slacked on reading The Pivot Year. I should probably catch up. I think I probably have like 70 pages to catch up on with that one. But yeah, limiting your time online, choosing to only consume content that really puts you in a good headspace and feels good to consume. And when you catch yourself starting to ruminate and spiral and have those intrusive thoughts, being proactive about it. So getting your hands busy. And I'm not saying to avoid the thoughts. That's why journaling is really great. But knowing when to work through the thoughts, when that will benefit you, and when it's important to make sure that you are at a healthy state or flow of being busy. Because I find when I'm not busy enough, when I'm not feeling purposeful enough or driven enough in my career, that is when I really start to ruminate and think a lot about my personal life, especially my love life. Um, so those are kind of just my 2 cents, and I'm sure I'm not alone in those things, and I think also anything around, like, love and dating and relationships, especially in the summertime, we technically not technically, I feel like we go on more dates, we're more social, we're more open to doing those things, so just, like, taking a moment to relieve that anxiety if you have any surrounding that. Let's go into our affirmations for our hot girl summer. I radiate confidence, joy, and ease this summer. I choose myself without guilt. I attract aligned friendships and moments. I am the kind of girl who makes the most of I don't like that one. Why did I write this one? This one is a little cheesy, but I am the kind of girl who makes the most of every sunset. But I always love to say I'm worthy. I am worth being chosen. I choose myself and others choose me as well. I'm worthy and deserving of love. I'm worthy and deserving of achieving my goals. I'm capable and I will. I can. So many different ones. You can always just Google these up, but I just want to remind you that you already are that girl. You are that hot girl. There's nothing you have to do to transform into her physically. There's no specific way that you have to look. How you feel mentally and emotionally about yourself translates to how you hold yourself, how you dress and take care of yourself, and how others perceive you, so much more than a material or vain aspect as towards your appearance. I really do think the relationship you have with yourself translates to how you hold yourself and the way in which you glow or don't. So, really focus on nurturing the relationship you have with yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to others, the way you speak about others, and the way you treat others. And I really do think it all has a ripple effect. But I would love if you could share this episode with a friend who you think would really enjoy it. Make sure to share on socials if you really like the episode. I love seeing your stories of you listening to Morning Ray, whether it's on TikTok or on Instagram, whatever it is. And I'm super excited to chat with you guys next week. I'm going to do a little rebrand mind dump thing so that I can feel a little bit more inspired with what I want to talk with you guys here, but I'm going to let you guys go. It's already been like 40 minutes or so, and I want you guys to enjoy the sun. Maybe you're on a hot girl walk, maybe you're on your commute. If you are Canadian, happy July long weekend. If you are American, I hope you have an amazing July 4th in the coming days, depending when you're listening to this. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a lovely rest of your week, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.